If you're a fan of epic fantasy, intense drama, and shocking twists, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the world of The Wheel of Time Season 3, and I have to warn you, if you haven't watched the finale yet, buckle up, because we're about to talk about a death that will change everything. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this moment is so emotionally impactful, why it feels so relatable, and how it sets up the rest of the story. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's get started. I remember the first time I picked up a fantasy book. The magic, the adventure, the idea that anything could happen, it hooked me immediately. The Wheel of Time has always been that kind of story for me. From the moment Rand al'Thor first wielded the One Power, to the secret plans brewing in the White Tower, this world has felt alive and unpredictable. And that unpredictability is exactly why, when Season 3 dropped that bombshell, I felt my heart drop right along with it. Let's rewind a bit. Season 3 opens on the White Tower already shaken. Rumors of the Black Hajj spread like wildfire. Sisters whisper in corridors, alliances fracture, and the Aes Sedai you thought you knew show their true colors. Tension simmers from the very first scene. We watch every glance, every half-smile, and we know something big is coming. When the Black Hajj finally reveals itself, splitting from the White Tower, it's a moment of pure shock. You hear that hush fall over the chamber, and you feel the weight of every betrayal. The sisters you've trusted are suddenly enemies. Their loyalty shattered. It's like the ground gives way beneath you, and you're left wondering who you can really count on. And then we build toward the finale. The tension is high, the stakes are higher, and every scene pulses with fear and betrayal. We meet Elaida again, strong and ruthless, determined to claim the Amyrlin seat. We see Siuan Sanche holding her ground, defending her position, refusing to back down. But we all know in a story like this, power means everyone is a target. When the moment comes when Elaida and the Red Hajj move against Siuan, it's not just a political coup. It feels personal. You've watched Siuan stand up for what's right, for her sisterhood, for her old friend Moiraine. You've seen her courage, her intelligence, her compassion. And suddenly, Elaida's order cuts her off from the One Power and then ends her life entirely. That's the moment. Right there. The air seems to crackle. A part of us dies with Siuan. Why does this feel so shocking? Fans of the books knew something like this could happen eventually, but not here, not now. Not at the end of Season 3. We were expecting Moiraine to pay the ultimate price. After all, she's been foreshadowed all season. We heard the prophecy in Ruidian, her death might be necessary for Rand to survive until the last battle. We felt her resignation, her acceptance that this could be her last fight against Lanfear. And when she faced down Lanfear, we braced for the final blow. But she survived. Siuan didn't. That choice, that twist, flips everything on its head. It screams, no one is safe. Not the heroes you love, not the characters you've rooted for. It deepens the suspense, because now every scene, every interaction, every silent moment could be the last. And that is emotionally impactful. It taps into a fear we all feel, that even the strongest among us can be taken away in an instant. But it also feels relatable. Think about the times in your own life when someone you trusted could no longer help you. When a friend betrayed you. When circumstances changed in a heartbeat. We've all experienced loss, uncertainty, moments when our world tilted on its axis. Siuan's death echoes that. It's personal. It hurts because we see ourselves in her, strong, determined, but also vulnerable. Now let's talk about the clear story arc of Season 3. We begin with unity fractured, move through conspiracy and betrayal, and end with a new order in the White Tower. Act 1, the Black Hajj threat reveals itself. Act 2, internal politics tear sisters apart. Act 3, the Amyrlin changes, and Siuan falls. That arc gives us a journey. We feel hope, fear, anger, and finally resignation. It's a classic 3-act structure that grips us from start to finish. For visual appeal, the show spares no expense. The marble hallways of the White Tower gleam under candlelight. The contrast between the pure white of the Hajj's colors and the darkness of their secrets is stunning. We see the shock on Siuan's face, the triumph in Elaida's eyes, the gasps from the seated sisters. Every close-up, every shadow, every shift in camera angle serves the story. It's a feast for the eyes and the emotions. And that brings me to call to action. By this point, you might be thinking, I have to talk about this with someone. So if you're still here, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. In the comments, let me know, what did you feel when Siuan died? Who do you think will face the next major loss? Let's build this community, this identity as true Wheel of Time fans. We're in this together. Emotion-driven content is at the heart of why we watch shows like this. It's not just about magic or prophecy. It's about people. Siuan had a complex relationship with Moiraine, two sisters in spirit, bound by a secret mission for 20 years. Watching them navigate trust and betrayal, we see reflections of our own friendships. We feel the ache when that bond fractures. That emotional core keeps us coming back. Now let's zoom in on the foreshadowing of Moiraine's supposed death. Throughout Season 3, we get glimpses of her resignation. She steps softly, her eyes distant. She hears the prophecy, and you can almost hear her heartbeat slow as she accepts her fate. You'd bet everything on her being the one to die. And in true Wheel of Time fashion, the story uses your expectations against you. It's a sucker punch that leaves you reeling. But why kill Siuan instead of Moiraine? There are several reasons. 1. It lets Moiraine continue to guide Rand, giving him the support he needs in Season 4. 2. It subverts expectations and keeps even book readers on their toes. 3. It highlights how dangerous Elaida truly is. If she can kill the Emerlin seat, what's she going to do to the rest of our heroes? Speaking of Elaida, let's dig into her rise as a new villain. From her days advising Queen Morgase, she's been sharp and ambitious. We saw her manipulate court intrigue. Now, with the White Tower at her back, her power is greater than ever. She moved in the shadows, gathering allies, exploiting weaknesses, and striking when Siuan let her guard down. That final moment when she sits in the Emerlin's chair, with that cold, satisfied smile chills, right? This moment sets up a dangerous foe for the heroes. Elaida has shown she can outmaneuver a seasoned leader. She has resources, followers, and a ruthless streak. She'll hunt down every threat, and she won't stop until she controls the White Tower entirely. That's the new conflict driving Season 4. It's not just about facing the Dark One's armies anymore. It's about fighting an enemy from within. Now, let's explore why the showrunners chose to remove Siuan's book arc. In the novels, she's deposed, stilled, and forced into hiding. She looks younger, travels alone, and rebuilds her life without the One power. That's a compelling story, but it mirrors Moiraine's Season 2 arc too closely. On screen, having two characters lose their power and struggle in the same way would feel repetitive. Killing Siuan prevents overlap and keeps the pacing tight. Plus, showing her escape and disguise would be difficult visually. The book describes her looking unrecognizable, but on screen, that would require heavy makeup and might distract from the main plot. By removing that arc, the show stays focused on the hero's core journey through Rand's awakening, the Blood Snow War in the north, and the brewing civil strife in the White Tower. What does this death mean for Moiraine and the rest? Moiraine will carry guilt and grief. She'll question her choices. Did her prophecy focus lead to this? Rand will feel the loss of an ally he barely knew, yet respected. Perrin, Egwene, Nynaeve, they all lose a mentor. That shared pain can unite them, forging deeper connections. And that, in turn, strengthens our investment in their journey toward the last battle. For the community watching, this is a moment to come together. Share your theories in the comments. Support each other when the story gets dark. Celebrate the victories, mourn the losses, and know that no matter what happens, we're all in this wheel together. I want to see your video replies, your tweets, your fan art. Let's give Siuan the tribute she deserves. Before we wrap up, let's think ahead. What major deaths could Season 4 hold? Will we finally lose a member of the Field 5? Could Loghain's fate take a tragic turn? And what about Lan, Mat, or Elaine? The show has proven it won't hesitate to shock us. So buckle up for a wild ride. Alright, if you made it this far, you're officially a dedicated time warrior. Thank you for sticking around. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit subscribe, like the video, and ring that bell. Share this with your friends. Let's grow our community. And drop a comment below. Who do you think is Elaida's next target? I read every single one, and I can't wait to see your thoughts. That's it for today. I'm your name, and until next time, may the wheel weave as the wheel wills. Just hopefully not another major death. At least not until Season 4's finale. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.